notation. There's a few ways that you can practice your skill moves and have them translate in a match. The first way is actually you want to lay down a dribbling foundation, because if you don't have a foundation which to stack the skills upon, then it's actually going to be much harder for you to be able to link up moves, because it's almost like okay, so for example, let's say I'm let's say I'm learning how to cook. If you don't understand the fundamentals of cooking, then you won't be able to cook at a high level if you can't cook at beginning level. So some simple things is, right when you enter the kitchen, wash your hands. When you use a cutting board, lay down a towel, a moist towel, so it doesn't slip. Learning how to cut, learning how to sharpen a knife, and then learning how to use one. These are some fundamentals that's going to allow you, that unlock your abilities to kind of stack your learning. Similarly for soccer, one of the ways that you can learn to combine, to stack that step over onto the dribbling moves is by learning this sequence. This is called the Tom Turnbull dribbling sequence, and it looks like this. You go outside, outside, inside, outside, inside, outside, outside, inside, outside, inside. So the reason why it's really going to help you do your step overs is because, right, watch. Once I hit this right foot, once you keep on doing this over and over and over, outside, outside, inside, outside, inside, outside, outside, inside, outside, inside. Once you start doing this and you say it out loud when you're doing it, that's one of the keys, right? Saying it out loud when you're doing it. The reason why you say it out loud when you do it is because it helps you internalize it. It develops a mind-body connection. So, and then you want to go slow in the beginning. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. Too many players I teach this to, they try and go way too fast in the beginning. You want to go slow and smooth. Outside, outside, inside, outside, inside, outside, outside, inside, outside, inside. If you start to practice this 1 minute a day, what's going to happen is during the games, or you can start to, so during practice, you can start to go outside, outside, inside, outside, inside, step over. Outside, outside, inside, outside, step over. Outside, outside, inside, outside, inside, step over. Or you could go, then switch to so you step over. Well, just the way this sequence works out is actually, you kind of have to practice each foot independently, right? Because this natural sequence goes inside, or outside, outside, inside, outside, inside. Well, actually, this might be the first time I'm going to reveal a different sequence, and it's the Tom Turnbull's second sequence. It goes inside, inside, outside, inside, outside, inside. And if you start to practice that, then you can practice the step over, right? So there's two different patterns. Let's forget about the other one first. I regress. Outside, outside, inside, outside, inside, step over. Outside, outside, inside, outside, step over. Outside, outside, inside, outside, step over. Outside, outside, inside, outside, inside, step over. Outside, outside, inside, outside, step over. Now with the right foot. Outside, outside, inside, outside, inside, step over. Outside, outside, inside, outside, step over. Outside, outside, inside, outside, inside, step over. Outside, outside, inside, outside, inside, step over. So you just drill that over and over, because the outside, outside, inside, outside, inside is the foundation. And you can practice step overs, you can practice scissors. So outside, outside, inside, outside, scissor. Outside, outside, inside, outside, scissor. Outside, outside, inside, outside, L move. Outside, outside, inside, outside, L move. Right? So it allows you to chain moves together. Outside, outside, inside, outside, elastico. Right? Like outside, outside, inside, outside, croqueta. So, right, this is the foundation that allows you to learn to stack skill moves on top of. So you've been missing that foundational piece. Another thing that will really take your dribbling, well, there's two things. One of them is juggling. Juggling is not only going to improve dribbling, but it's going to improve passing and shooting, right? Not all the best jugglers are the best players, but all the best players are always the best jugglers. The second thing is, if you got a little bit of cash, or I'm sorry, the third thing. Third thing is, if you got a little bit of cash, I think it's $30, you can invest in this thing. It's called a dribble up ball. I think they got a size 4, and that's the one I would buy. They have two options, size 4 and size 5. I would buy the size 4. And what it does is there's a little chip in the ball that allows you to sync up with your phone. When you sync up with your phone, what it does is it turns ball mastery into a game. And if practice is more fun, right? If you can teach skills development with games, it's more fun. If practice is more fun, games are going to be more fun. So this is something that you can invest in that's going to help take your dribbling, just going to raise your standard, right? It's going to focus on the fundamentals of ball mastery. And as you learn these different fundamentals, it's going to be easier for you to transfer, right? That you can build a foundation of dribbling. And then once you have the foundation of dribbling, skills, moves are going to flow much easier. So hopefully this helps. Reach out with any questions. All right, thank you.